My little brother 10M decided to play a prank on me 15M. This morning I played a prank on my little brother. All I did was cover his computer mouse in cellophane wrap so that it felt weird when he used it. Harmless prank, right? Nope. He was absolutely furious and started screaming at me that I broke his mouse forever. After everything had calmed down and I showed him that his mouse was perfectly fine, he went back to his normal self, playing Fortnite. After a few hours of doing nothing, I decided to go back to my room to check Discord. In my room I see a sight to behold. My great-grandfather, who had passed away 4 years ago, had given me a Newton's cradle as his last birthday gift to me, and I saw it slashed to pieces. The balls had been cut off and the base scratched up. All I can do now is cry. He was a saint and always was there for me whenever I needed him, and now my last reminder of him is broken and destroyed. I don't know what to do anymore. Should I break something meaningful to him? I know that if I do, my parents would take everything I have, because he is the favorite son, even though he is a total jackass. I just have no idea what to do. Update. I have stopped crying. Putting milk in his room is the best idea so far. I will begin preparations immediately, and by preparations, I mean getting milk. My instant reaction would be to punch him in the face, but my mom always told me that violence wasn't the answer, or something like that. So, next best thing, tell your parents what he did, and buy a lock for your door. That is an absolute disgusting reaction to a harmless joke, and one I wouldn't be able to forgive him for. Especially since he is old enough to know what he is doing. Get your parents involved. They need to take the reins on this one. Tell your parents ASAP. Get a lock for your room. Make sure your brother understands that his behavior is totally unacceptable. Do not resort to violence. Do not try to one-up him. Get back at him. Do you have access to the router? If so, block the following ports: TCP 1935 3478 3480, UDP 3074 3478 3479. What you just did is block Fortnite's ability to connect to the internet, aka he can't play anymore. Remember to act dumb about what is happening, to prevent to the target of his anger. Other options depending on the router you have: restrict bandwidth to his computer, set it slow enough it's basically unusable. Ban his MAC address, no internet for him. Or even better, set random time his internet connection will be dropped for a couple of minutes. Until he apologizes, don't help him. Not with homework, not with money if you get an allowance, and if your parents ask why, explain why. Time to play the long con since your parents don't sound like they'll side with you. You should pour milk somewhere that can't be seen or cleaned and wait for it to spoil, then his room will permanently smell like death and your parents will think he's a gross slob. I would tell him why that was important to you and then tell him you are done helping him until he realizes what he's done. Also, if he gets that bent out of shape over the game, maybe you parents need to step in and cut his play time. That's absolutely horrible. He's more than old enough to realize that's horrible. As hard as it is, don't try to get him back, it will make the situation worse. Talk to your parents. You should be able, with the help of your parents, get the cradle fixed. So it's not destroyed. As to the rest, the previous answers say it pretty much. Tell parents. Ask for a lock on your door that you and they have a key to only. Don't, now that you know what a shit he can be, play this sort of thing on him again. It's obvious he has anger issues. And as he gets older, it will get worse. Pranks should not cause permanent damage to property, and should be something the victim can laugh off. What you did with the cellophane wrap was a prank, what he did with the Newton's cradle was not. This is definitely a matter where you need to get your parents involved. Obviously your little brother is very irrationally angry. This might progress further if it's not prevented early on. I'm sorry you lost something so important to you. You should try to explain to your brother yourself how he should not have done that and why. Fortnite was the first mistake. Tell your parents. Prank war is not gonna help. His behavior is very concerning. The worst thing you can do to your brother is nothing. This was not a prank. It was pretty revenge, and not at all proportionate. The correct response to his behavior, which was socially unacceptable, is rejection. That's what I mean by doing nothing to him. Interact with him as little as possible. That will teach him a lesson. See if you can get a lock for your room. Also, don't play pranks on people unless you know they'll take them well. Even if this was a massive overreaction, you never know if people will have normal reactions or not to pranks. Not everyone enjoys them, and every time you pull one you risk someone going nuclear because you started it. It's important to know your audience and only pull pranks on people who will play along or only pull harmless shit in return. He's a prick. But try and remember, as nice as it is to have physical links to those you love, they're not nearly as important as your memories. I have nothing of my great father's belongings, but I have 100 lovely memories that I think about regularly, so I don't forget them. I can still remember the smell of his house, and his laugh, and the weird song he used to sing. I know you're angry, but if you really feel that parents will take his side, I'd say the best thing you can do is remember what he's done here, but don't react. Don't give him the satisfaction. Sucks that he has the sense of humor of a dead molerat. Be sure to tell the shithead grandpa didn't like him. Open the computer case, find the Wi-Fi chip and disconnect one of the antennas. If it's an Ethernet connection, remove the connector to the motherboard ever so slightly that it's not noticeable but doesn't work. Buy a lock and alarm for your room. If you go through with the milk thing, anything you enjoy will be ruined. Just go to your parents and tell them. At least now, you know not to tease or prank him, which you shouldn't have done in the first place. Please tell your parents. Stop pranking him. Seriously. Tell your parents and install a lock on your room. If your parents enable him, do not try to make him stop, prepare to leave. In all cases, build a support system outside of home, friends, family. Find job and make a stash of money in your own name in a bank, maybe make parents think you are not sparing it. Work good at school. The problem is that he is only 10 and probably doesn't realize that your prank was harmless, but what he did was not a prank and was harmful. Maybe the strings can be replaced. Depending on the base material, it could be restored as well. Stay away from him and don't even interact with him anymore now that you know he can behave that way. Putting milk in his room is the best idea so far. As a mother, please do not do this. It will fall on your mum to clean this up in the end. This is something that will impact her as much as your brother. Bad idea. Your parents let a 10-year-old play Fortnite. There is a lot of things going wrong on your household. In any case, you could delete his Fortnite account. Stick his head in the toilet and flush. Tell your parents. Let that play out however it does. Make him think it's all resolved. Wait 6 weeks. Then you can pour the milk in his room or whatever you want to do. Wait another couple of weeks. Open up his computer and bend something that looks important. Close it back up. Wait another 6 weeks. Quietly ruin something else that he loves in a way that can never be traced to you. Repeat until you feel better. Your bro has mental issues that he needs to address. This level of anger is not normal. He could easily turn out to be abusive in relationships. Please tell your parents that he needs help. Playing another prank on your brother is an absolutely awful idea. He obviously hasn't learned that pranks are supposed to be harmless fun and will probably retaliate even harder or resent you for it because he doesn't understand that you didn't wrap his mouse in cellophane because you hate him. It's your parents' task to teach him that what he did was not okay. If you want to help them teach him, then tell him how ruining your grandpa's gift made you feel, why you played a prank on him and that it wasn't meant to hurt him in any way and that you're sorry but that you also expect an apology from him. Escalating the situation will do absolutely nothing for you. Putting milk in his room will neither fix your grandpa's gift nor will it make your brother feel sorry for what he's done. Kick the baby. Beat the shit out of him and lock him in a closet. Consequences be damned. Get a lock on your door and then blank him for a year, 5 years. Who needs siblings anyway? I can't stand mine, not spoken since we were teens, also over some shit that went down. Did your brother overreact? Yes. Honestly though, why did you do that to his mouse? You should have known he would react this immaturely. I'm sorry for what happened deeply. But don't prank him back, it will only make it worse. I'm guessing that he's going to be the first person you're going to cut out when you move far away from them. What he did was not a prank. Make him suffer if your parents refuses to do anything. Is there a replica of the one your great-grandfather gave you online, or was it some kind of a special one, handmade, limited, special edition, old, etc.? Tell your parents. Don't try to escalate things by trying to be even worse to him. Tell your parents everything, including your harmless joke and also about the crying and that you are devastated. Let them handle this. Take great caution and small steps. If you can slowly frame him for small things at a time getting bigger and bigger, you can eventually frame him for something massive and ruin his relationship with your parents. The long con. Let your parents handle it. But you know what they say. Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. You're 15. He's 10. This is behavior as normal. Brothers do dumb asshole stuff to each other. He probably didn't think, or know, about the significance of your Newton's cradle. Sounds like he's a gamer. As a gamer, we all hate lagging and internet loss. At random times just unplug the modem and plug it back in while he's playing. Best revenge against a gamer, or change the password for his computer. I know how that feels. My grandpa made these cool planes out of Coke cans and I had this really cool F-16 fighter jet one. And my sister hit it with a bat. So I got milk and poured it under her bed. And syrup in her closet. And salt in her socks. And put food dye in her toothpaste. Tears of joy. It was immature, yes, but I never even met my grandpa, so I was furious. And then I told my parents when I cooled down. Jesus. This kid needs anger management. Tell your parents about what happened and how upset you are first. I am also in a shitty situation, so I know this probably won't do anything, but at least take a precaution lol, and if they don't do anything then fuck his shit up skull. Grow up. Op. If the chili goes missing, they can't prove you hurt him. Lift up the corner of his carpet in his room and place a chunk of mackerel or some prawns there. Him playing Fortnite already says a lot, man. Anyway, a Newton cradle, so you're into physics, or is it that your grandfather gave it to you as a memento and not because you're into physics? I get that it's irrelevant, but just wanted to know. Oh, the days of sibling rivalry. SMH. I would have deleted his entire account when he wasn't around. He'll have to start that Fortnite all over again. And just milk? Nah. More like milk mixed with piss. What he did was just terrible. Rub poison ivy all over stuff in his room, especially his mouse. It's not winter yet, so the vines still have their leaves so you can identify them. Just wear rubber gloves. Tell your parents and put some boundaries. 10 Yo, he is a kid. He doesn't know about proportions yet. Tell your parents. Don't sow any petty revenge. You are the older one. Get a tin of tuna and oil, smear the oil on various things in his room. Walk away and act innocent. Going to get downvoted for this, but you are his brother. Punch the shit out of him because he clearly doesn't respect you.